Hey everybody, this is Misha Cole. I want to give you an update on the swap. I'm sorry there's no light. It's not the daytime. I only have a flashlight. My only lamp is broken. But anyways, this is the update on the swap. The swap was a success. It was a great success. It's running great. I had a few problems with the coolant. I was leaking coolant and I had to tighten up this the hose in the back here. This has always plagued me with leakage since I seem to damage it a little bit, or I haven't tightened it down as good as it should have. Anyways, let's see here. What else happened? Oh yeah, the reverse lights were not hooked up correctly. It turns out there are actually two green and black wires on the auto shift selector wiring. So I just hooked that up and now they work beautifully now. So I fixed the leak. The hoses have been clamped down tight. There's only one other thing that concerns me, and this has really freaked me out. When I went to when the car was on, I went to push the throttle rotor just to make it rev up a little bit. This is what happened. It caught onto the somehow it caught on. It came off and it caught on, and it started to rev the car up to about 6,000 RPMs. And I flipped out at this point. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, holy shit. And I just went back into my car and turned the car off. I didn't realize that this rotor right here had come off and had stuck so that it was catching it and leaving the throttle open. It didn't make any sense to me. But now I realize that there's something wrong with this whole thing. Like, when I push it, it doesn't retract, it doesn't keep its tension. But when I press it with the pedal on the inside, this will move back and it will retract like it normally should. And I have no idea what's wrong with this. The only thing that I did was I had taken out this little throttle thing, cable, little access panel. I just unscrewed it right there, and then because I thought I had to swap the whole accelerator pedal and the whole arm, the whole assembly. But I didn't. Turned out I didn't have to, because I was able to replace that spring no problem for the brake pedal. So that was just a heads up there, in case because one guy said that he found it way easier just to take out the brake pedal. I mean the whole assembly with the accelerator pedal. And I'm telling you that no, that is not easier. What's way easier is just swapping out the brake pedal. But anyways, I just want to know what's wrong with this. Really, this really flipped me out. I thought I damaged my engine or something. Because, I mean, it revved up for it was like 10 seconds or so, that it was, or 10 or 15 seconds, that it was revved up to like 6,000 RPM. That kind of flipped me out. I was like, oh my god, I just blew up my engine. But, I don't know. I just hope nothing's wrong with it. I mean, it is rebuilt. But, yeah, just let me know what you guys think about that, and about this rotor. This is bugging me a lot. I think it's normal. I went and drove it, and it didn't do it. It didn't mess up. But, I mean, you know, if a mechanic goes on there and just like, hey, I'm going to rev this thing up, you know, and see, you know, if I have someone else working on it, they freaking, who knows what could go wrong. But anyways, I got it, I got it swapped out. You can see, turns out that the shift linkages, it actually feels really nice. Like, it doesn't feel too loose like I thought it was. It seemed to have tightened itself up. It's nice. I think I'm gonna go take it for a test drive pretty soon. Yeah, my car overheated and I had to stop, and because I was leaking coolant, and I had to go, I had a water jug with me, thank God. Good thing I kept that with me. Because the last time it overheated, it was like, I drove for minutes on it. I didn't know how bad it was, really, to have your car overheat. I was like, oh, well, it shouldn't be anything. It's probably some kind of wiring issue, you know, a faulty sensor. And I just kept driving it and realized that I was actually losing coolant, and that my car was getting hot. My engine was getting really hot. So, this time, I went to the gas station. I pulled out, I started getting gas. I peeled out of there, you know, I peeled out. I've never been able to peel out with my automatic, and this was just, it was awesome. It was so awesome. But like, after I did that, I was gaining some speed. I saw the needle on the temperature gauge go up, and it went to about a quarter to the top. It went about a quarter to the top, a little bit more. And I just pulled over to the next gas station, and I looked around for some water, because everything was closed. There was nobody open, nobody around. And I found a water spigot, and I filled it up with water, and I went back, and that was able to get me home. And but I did fix the leak, so I mean, it shouldn't leak anymore. It's nice and snug now. It wasn't tight enough, so I ain't really worried about that anymore. That throttle rotor, that's the only thing. I could ask you guys about that. If you guys could give me some heads up on that, that'd be great. If you guys could tell me what it is that's actually causing that, because I mean, I don't believe that it has to do with anything underneath with the pedal and whatnot. I mean, it could. I mean, I did mess with it. I did, but it's just like, I mean, how could it? Did I actually install the throttle cable wrong? Because I did take off the. I did end up taking this, the cable out of the rotor. I mean, is that installed correctly to you? Does that look like it's installed correctly? As you can see, you know, how it's set up. Is it supposed to go on the other side? This is an automatic rotor, you know. This is not, maybe that's the reason why, because it's an automatic rotor. I don't know. It's not a manual transmission rotor, but I heard you could use both of them, so I don't know. But anyways, let me know what you guys think about that. So yeah, I mean, the car feels awesome. I'm gonna go take it for another test drive and see, you know, and take some video if it's possible to take video while you're driving a manual transmission. I don't know if that's really gonna be possible unless I had mounted the camera. I don't know if that will work. But I'll figure out something maybe, and we'll have some pictures of me driving this boy. Alright, thanks guys. Yeah, it's amazing. I'm surprised. Thank God. I'm surprised it pulled this off. Anyways, everything's worked out wonderfully. These mounts I got are awesome. The conversion mount here, the timing mount on the timing side, and the rear mount, which is a short version with a short prelude or cord, manual bracket, rear T bracket. That was a bitch and a half to get that in there, to get everything like that with the T. After you install the T bracket, it's like hell to put that mount in, because there's a bolt that's right in the middle, inside, like on the inside of the bracket, and that was a bitch and a half to get that thing to work. Get the bolts to thread in there and tighten the bolts down. And this was a bitch and a half too for some reason, but just because the bolt wouldn't thread. It wouldn't thread on there. But anyway, talking about my failures in this swap. Well, let's not talk about the failures. Let's talk about the successes. If you guys would... Alright, I'm going to take some videos now. Alright? Alright, guys. Peace out. God bless.